Hey y'all, it's me, Slave by Jordan. We are working with YWigs today. They sent us some lovely tape-ins again. Let's get into it. So inside the box, you do get some fake edges. These are basically like curly edges on a piece of lace that you can glue. You also get a hair gripper, get an information pamphlet, and you also get some extra lace tape. They sent me over 22-inch tapes today. We have one pack of these highlight tape-ins, so you get 40 pieces. I got 40 pieces of the highlight tape-ins, and then I got 80 pieces, 2 packs, of the natural, natural color. Both of the tape-ins are silky straight, so let's get into it. Hey YouTube, we back again.
You know the vibe.
So my baby Shay is here, so we about to do some tape-ins again. We gonna retouch her roots with the jet black color.
Period.
And then we gonna deep condition her, blow her out, press her out, make sure these ends good. And we finna do some more tape ins, but we doing color today.
Yep, so y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So this is her hair after being freshly silk pressed. As you can see, her hair does get silky even though she is 100% natural. So now we're about to start our taping installation. So what I first do is I make a part across the head from behind the ear. Just make a part behind the ear and go all the way across the head. And that'll separate the front from the back. And then you're gonna separate your front with the middle part into 2 front sections. Just clip those out the way. And we're just only gonna work on the back for right now. Right now, I'm separating out my leave out. And it'll be different for everyone's head. It depends on the thickness, the length, all of that. All you do is take out a section, lay your rat tail on the scalp, and you pull the section over the tail. If you can still see the tail, you don't have enough leave out. You need to leave out more hair. If you don't see it, you are ready to go. So that's why you see me going back and forth, parting out more hair out of the section. I just want to make sure that we have full coverage. And when she pulls her hair up, you don't see any tapes. And you want to do this around the entire circumference of the back section. I don't part out the top of the back section just yet. We do that at the end. But you definitely want to get your sides and your back of the back section pulled out. And this is all the leave out I have for the back section. You're going to clip all that out the way and drop down your first row. So we're just going to drop down a thin section of hair and we're going to lay our first row of tapes. I use only black tapes for this row. I'm going to interchange between using one row. I'm going to use black. The next row I'm going to use the highlighted tapes. This is just going to give us a full blended highlight look that just looks so perfect, so effortlessly. It's just going to blend together amazing. Also, I want to let you all know for the natural black tape-ins, I did color them jet black off camera to match her natural hair color, which was dyed jet black as well. So I did dye the black tape-ins black, but I left the highlighted tape-ins as is. I didn't tone them. I didn't do anything to them. I left them as is. So once you just lay your tape down, you want to make sure that you're not laying it directly on the scalp. Pull it down a little bit. And after you do that, you're going to flip the tape up, add your other tape on the bottom, and then you're going to sandwich it together and press it down with your fingers, your tape-in tool like I'm using, or a cold flat iron. Either way it goes, just press it down and it should be good to go. And as you can see, our first row of black tapes are done. Now we're going to drop down another thin section of hair. And for this row of hair, we're going to use our highlighted tape ins. As you can see, now I'm trying to see will 2 full tape ins fit in between, and they won't. So on one of those tape ins, I had to cut a little bit off the edge. And know that you can do this. You can cut your tape ins up to however many itty bitty pieces that you need to fit a particular section. It doesn't matter. It will still do as it should. So I cut that end off of that one tape in and I pressed it down, and then I'm finna add the other tape in, which is just a full tape in. But like I was saying, you can cut your tape ins in half if you have a section that is too small to fit a full tape. Cut it in half, cut it in a fourth. You know, tape ins are fully customizable. Your look depends on your placement, and you can place your tapes any way you go. Just know that how you place your tapes depends on how much versatility you will have. That second row, which we use the highlights, is done. And now I'm just gonna pull it up to just test it. And if you place your tapes correctly and follow my instructions, you will never see your tapes when you pull your hair out. So now we're gonna drop down our next row. And as I said before, we're gonna use our black tape ins for this row. We're just gonna interchange all the way throughout. And now I fast forwarded to the top of the back section. Be reminded to leave some leave out at the top of that back section to cover those tapes, because you want to be able to do a half up, half down as well. So what I'm doing now is just laying my last two tapes, which are going to be highlighted tapes. And I used the highlighted tape for the last rows because her leave out is already black, so it's no need for me to really lay black tapes down on top because you're not gonna really see the highlights. So I would rather put the highlights on the last row, so when her black leave out goes on top of it, you can still see it. But that's not how you have to do it. That's just personal preference. You can lay your tapes however you want to. I just wanted to explain how I got my specific faux highlighted look, and it just looked, so seamless. So seamless. I'm sorry, y'all. I am out of breath this morning, honey, but we're gonna get it together. Her back section is completely done. As you can see, everything is flat. You don't see any takes when we pull it up. The highlights are popping. Everything is just blending so perfectly. Like, I just love these tape-ins, and I love the way I install my tape-ins. It just gives you such a neat look, and the versatility is Chef's kiss. So now we're working on the front section. I've already did the other section off camera, so I'm just going to show you this side because you do them the exact same way. So with the front, I make a diagonal part and I lay my comb to make sure that it can be covered. This is just so when you pull it up in a ponytail that you don't see the tapes. In the front, please make sure you leave out enough leave out because you will clearly see if it's not enough leave out because you will clearly see the tapes. So I left out a pretty big chunk of hair, but we need that to make sure that all the tapes are covered when she puts it into a full ponytail. So I parted out a thin slice that was kind of diagonal, and I just laid one tape right there, and I did a black one. Dropping down another thin slice, which is kind of diagonal, and we're gonna lay another black tape. And we're dropping another slice, and this time we're gonna use one highlighted tape in the front, and then we're gonna use a black one on the right side of it. And you wanna make sure your part is diagonal a little bit, or, a lot, you just wanna make sure it's diagonal. Because if you lay your tape straight across in a straight line, when you go to do a slick back ponytail, you may find that your tapes, like the edges of them, are jutting out. But if you lay them in a diagonal, they will go with the natural curvature of your head and everything would just be flat and seamless. So, lay your tapes at an angle so when you pull it up in a ponytail, you don't see them at all. That's just a quick explanation for that. And now we're gonna do a quick ponytail test. I'm always doing the ponytail test during my installation of my tape-ins just to ensure you cannot see any tapes, honey. I just feel like when you can't see no tapes, you know that you've done this installation correctly. So now what I'm gonna do is just part out her side part. You wanna do the tapes all the way up into the side part. And right now I'm parting out the leave out to cover her tapes. So now this is where it gets tricky. So let me just stop, catch my breath for a second so I can explain this really, really good for you all. So you're gonna do your tapes up into your side part and you're gonna part your side part, okay? You're gonna clip that out the way. And then next what you're going to do, you're going to section out your leave out for your middle part. You wanna make sure you have enough leave out to cover your tape ends when you wear your hair in the middle part. As you see, that's why I was laying my comb. I got that leave out the way. Perfect. Now we have to separate the leave out for the side part again. Remember, when you have a part, your hair splits into two. So we've already covered the side, one of the sides, but now we gotta cover the other side of the part. So you have to make sure you have leave out to cover both sides once you part your hair. And once we get done with that little itty bitty section, that's where we're gonna put the rest of the tapes at. So that's why you see I parted out that diagonal section. And we're about to lay 2 tapes on that section. I'm gonna put another highlighted one in the front and a black one in the back. And another reason we lay our tapes at a diagonal or at an angle is because when you lay it that way, the hair naturally falls forward, so that gives you thickness in the front. You know, with doing tape-ins, you leave out so much of your leave out in the front, and everybody leave out isn't thick. But with The placement of your tapes, if you place them at an angle, you have the hair falling forward, so it gives you some weight, it gives you some thickness in the front when the entire hairstyle is just down. So that's why we like to lay it at an angle. It's not just to make sure that the ponytail is flat, it's also to give you more fullness in the front. Also being that you don't even put a lot of tape ins in the front when you do it the Slay by Jordan method. You probably gonna get a maximum like maybe 6 tape ins in the front on each side. So, you know, you want to really like maximize what you do have. So, lay it at an angle, baby.
Man, I telling me they go. See the girl, them a slow. Bad man on the road. Girl, them go down. Ooh-wee. Bad man on the show now. Oh yeah. See the girls them go down. Ooh-wee. And a bad man on the show.
We laid our last tape, so now we can take down that middle part, leave out to cover it. And as you can see, everything is blending so seamlessly. This is our middle part. This is our side part. She can do a side part on either side of her head. I just want to show you this one. This is our ponytail bun. As you can see, it's flat. You can't see any tapes. Everything is giving. So now we're going to do our style, which is going to be a middle part with Beachwaves. And yeah.
In the store if you want it. I gave them the drill, they sucked it up, I got them on it. I bought a new bag, I had the one, so I two-toned them. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. That ain't your car, you just a lease, so you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that fight when I'm performing. The back end just came in and out honest. Vibes galore, cute shit, they all on us. I'm from Atlanta where young niggas run shit. I know they hating on me, but I don't read comments. Whenever I tell her to come, she coming. Whenever it's smoke, we ain't running. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and down. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and down. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie get made. Every other night another dollar get made. Every other night started with a good day. I feel like a child, I got boogers in the face. I'm dancing in the dollar, this shit is a parade. I don't want your train, I'll go on and not a slave. I had that Jordan, not too many bitches getting saved. See this nigga rush me, so I took a private plane. You pussy nigga like him, I'm working on my aim. Drip too hard to the car, to the center, to the ground, like a balance better name. Drip too hard, crushing on the floor, you gon' fuck around and jump, trying to ride a nigga way. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night another movie get made.
Boy, I've been watching you. Boy, I've been watching you.
After I finish curling, I like to spray my Sebastian Shaper Plus on the hair just to give it a light, manageable hold. And I'm going to curl the other side off camera. And then we're just going to comb those beach waves right on out. I like to use my fingers and my wide tooth comb. I did spray some Beyond the Zone, turn up the heat on her hair beforehand just to give it, you know, a little gloss, a little sheen. And yes, y'all, this is our final look. I also added a fishtail braid at the last minute, but I didn't record it because it was last minute. But you'll see it when I do the recap in just a second. But this is the look, you guys. As you can see, I'm loving those highlights. Everything is just blending with her natural hair. Yes, get into it, Shay. Let's do a quick recap.
I've been watching
I want to thank you all so much for watching, and thank you YWigs for this bomb collaboration. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. And check the description box below for more information. Goodbye.